Hi, we teach writing at Larkhill Primary School and at lots of other schools through a thing called Talk for Writing. The process is we read a story. The story that we're going to be concentrating on learning today is Maggie and the Monster, which was a video was posted of me reading it not so long ago. You can find that on the YouTube channel. The text of Maggie and the Monster has been saved at the bottom of the English page, which is part of the curriculum bit of the Larkhill School website. You scroll down to the bottom, you can find the text of Maggie and the Monster. Now, to get the story in everybody's heads before we start playing with it and writing our own version, we have to learn the story off by heart, more or less. To do that, we do it with actions. I'm going to do the actions for the story, and the idea would be that the children watch the video and they learn the actions and they follow, and they replay the video and they have another go and they do the actions, and the actions together with retelling the story get it into their heads. There will also be a story map on the website in the same location at the bottom of the English section, which is in the curriculum section on the website. So we'll have a go. Join in with the actions. It does get the story into your head. Once the story is learnt, we can think about adapting it and retelling our own version of a story involving a monster that comes to visit. This is Maggie and the Monster. Right. Every night a monster came into Maggie's room. She crashed into the furniture. She crawled under the table. She sat down on the chair and she grumbled to herself. Maggie didn't like the monster. "Get out of my room," she shouted. But the monster didn't pay any attention. She just pushed her big hairy feet around on the floor and sighed. Maggie turned over and went to sleep. "A monster comes into my room at night," Maggie told her mother. "What does it look like?" the mother asked. "She's got big hairy feet," Maggie said. "I wonder why she likes your room so much?" asked her mother. "There's a monster in the upstairs cupboard too. She sits in the corner behind the brooms." "Really?" her mother said. "I never noticed." That night, Maggie hung a sign on her doorknob. "Maggie's room. Monsters keep out." But the monster paid no attention. She just banged the door open and marched right in. "Can't you read?" Maggie asked in a loud voice. The monster didn't answer. She snuffled around under the bed and peeped behind the curtains. She knocked some books off the shelf. "Watch out!" Maggie shouted. "You are the clumsiest monster I've ever met." The monster didn't pay any attention. She sat down in the same old chair and grumbled to herself. Maggie stared at her for a long time. Then she turned over and went to sleep. "The monster came back last night," Maggie said to her mother. "I think she's looking for something." "Why don't you ask her?" her mother said. "That's a good idea," Maggie said. That night, the monster walked in. Maggie sat up in bed. "Hi, monster," she said. The monster shuffled up and stared at Maggie. "Hello." "What do you want?" Maggie asked. "I'm looking for my mother." "Why didn't you tell me that before?" Maggie said. "Come with me." She took the monster by the hand and led her down the hall. The monster in the cupboard peeped out from behind the brooms. This must be your mother. She has big hairy feet just like yours. Mama! The monster cried. My baby! Said the mother monster. Maggie left them alone together and went back to bed. The end. Right, stop, go back, have another go. You join in with the actions. When you've learnt the story really, really well, you have a look at the story map. And we try and learn it through the story map. And the next part is we change the story ever so slightly and we start retelling our own version of a story in which a monster or some kind of mysterious creature comes to visit. Good luck.